Knowledge and education are funny things. They're intangible in many ways, especially when it comes to martial arts. The knowledge that I have in different areas of martial arts have come from many people. And like me, they too had their mentors. They too had their people that passed the knowledge on to them. Now, knowledge is funny because once you own it, it is yours. It is yours to do with what you want. That is a hard pill to swallow for some, because while they want to give their knowledge, often they still want to control it even after it is given. This often creates petty jealousies in martial arts. I have seen it many times. I have fallen victim to it at times as well. Knowledge is a sacred gift. It is a gift that, when shared, continues to flow. It continues to pass on to other generations. I have many teachers, and I respect them all. There are many people who helped me along the way, who I hold in high esteem. Barry Northey, my Ajahn Songlith Singthon, Norm Stackhouse, Ross Dodamal, Louis Lindo, Bill Thurston, Ed Wong. Michael Holdsworth has been both a mentor and a friend. Guru Sunny Padilla and Grandmaster Norman Swanico. Even though I did not finish my Illustrissimo training with them, they helped me along the way. Paulo Pagaling has taught me through Zoom lessons the art of teaching and the art of DeCampo 123 Original. Bobby Tabuada in seminars. Jason Saltz, Mike, and Seth Raymond have started me on my Medusa system. And I would be remiss to not include Master at Arms James Albert Keating, who not only encouraged me to write, but also encouraged me to become my own man and do my own thing, to express my Filipino martial arts and other arts my own way. He is a brilliant man and a great mentor. I also would be remiss not to include my students who have been with me so long. John Henn, Kevin Goat, and Keith Young, who are all mentors as well as training partners, sometimes students, sometimes teachers to me. They have great knowledge and they apply what I taught them their own way. It's interesting to train with someone who you've trained with for almost 20 years and feel them move in a completely different way, and to see them present the arts in completely different ways. You can learn a lot from students who have followed their own path and found their own way. And you have to admire when they do that and create something unique to what you taught them, unique to what I taught them. That is the best compliment a coach can get. And when you can learn from your own students, then you can see how your knowledge can be so much more than what you express. While many of us see this passing of knowledge from generation to generation, from martial artist to martial artist, mentor to student, coach to athlete, as a sacred gift, as something that is a deep tradition of almost mythological proportions, such as the mentorship between Arthur and Merlin, as told in many, many myths. I may look upon my relationship with my instructors with this deep reverence, but it is wrong for me to expect my students to apply that same reverence to what I teach them, because that leads to ego, that leads to imbalance. Understand what I'm saying here. I may give respect to my teachers, a high level of respect, that almost borders on reverence. And that is okay, because that does not build ego in me. And if my students choose to give me a high level of respect, that's okay, as long as I don't expect it from them. As long as I only expect the basic respect that is normal in our culture. To expect more, now I'm talking about expecting this, is to create ego in myself. And if they give it to me, which some do, I just have to accept it, but not expect it, and to acknowledge it, and to say thanks and give gratitude towards it. But as soon as you expect respect, as soon as you ask to be treated differently than everybody else in our culture, you are building ego within yourself. And you have to be aware of that, and you have to try not to be part of that, because this can create a power imbalance that those who enter martial arts with nefarious ideals and nefarious goals towards their students will use against their students. So this is something that is very important that we talk to our students about and explain to them why we don't want that power imbalance. And while we respect and are grateful for the amount of respect they give us, for them to remember that we're just people like them, that we're all equals. And you can respect your equal, and you can respect a relationship, but do not allow people to put you on a pedestal. And if they do, challenge that. This is a very important aside when we're talking about knowledge and passing on knowledge. But let's get back to the subject at hand. When we give people what we know, we cannot hold on to that gift. We cannot put hooks on that gift, because then it is not a gift that is freely given. Anything that you give with hooks is not truly a gift. It is bait. It is a trap to your students. Now, some will take this as just a capitalist transaction and use your knowledge for themselves. And while that may seem a little disrespectful, it is fair in our culture. It is fair in the way our culture looks at the passing on of knowledge. What people give you through this transaction, or you buy from them if you're paying them, is yours. And I would never use somebody's knowledge without acknowledging where I came from, where I got it from, what the origins are. But some will. Some look at it with a different philosophy than I do. And while my ego may want to be acknowledged for what I taught them, it is okay. They can do with what I teach what they like. And they can approach the student-mentor relationship however they want to. And maybe they're taking what I taught, but don't like the philosophy of how I am teaching now. And so they'll do with it what they will. And I will gladly support them in that endeavor. I will gladly express my appreciation for what they have done. I have had differences with students in the past. I will have differences with students in the future. But I will never try to make what I taught them a hook for them to latch onto for me to control them. That is not a healthy way of continuing these traditions for generations to come. If you have stayed in this video for this long, thank you for letting this old geezer wax philosophical and express himself. Have a great day.